Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 2 of the P4G Pokemon for Glory. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Camden Ursaring and Coach Chance. This should be actually a really awesome match. I'm excited to take on his team. You can see our squad on the screen, and I did do a team builder where I went in depth, talked about the Pokemon we're bringing, why they're bringing them, so definitely check that out in the description below. We do have a question of the day today as well. I did make a free agent transaction. I did drop Ditto and pick up Beware. This is the last week I have Ditto. Next week we'll have Beware, so see you later, Ditto. But hopefully he puts in the work this time. I really hope he puts in some work today before we drop him into free agency. But I really wanted Beware, and I've used Ditto in the past, and I kind of thought about it, and I felt like a fighting type would be really good for our team. And Beware is really bulky too with its physical defense and its fluffy ability, so I'm excited about that. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. And then the second question of the day, we have two today. What kind of Minnesota Vikavolts merchandise would you like to see? So far we've done like hoodies and t-shirts. Is there anything else that you guys would like? Would you like a different t-shirt design? Let me know in the comments section below what kind of merch you would like, and I'll see what I can do. But you can see, like I said, what I'm predicting him to bring. Definitely make sure you guys hit that like button. It's always fun at the beginning of the season when things are nice and fresh. We're sitting at 1-0. He's 0-1. He lost his first match. Hopefully, you know, we can move on to 2-0. That would be nice. But I'm gonna get connected to Chance here. Hopefully we'll have some luck and some fun, and hopefully pick up a W. And I hope you guys enjoy the battle. Alright guys, so we are connected here with my opponent Chance. We're gonna find out exactly what he is bringing here in a second. I think we're gonna see the Charizard, the Jolteon, most likely the Porygon 2, Starmie, Buzzwole, and Celebi. That's really what I'm thinking he's gonna bring, although he could mix it up a little bit. He could potentially bring the Mandibuzz, we might see the Weezing or the Mr. Mime. He's got an Ambipom and a Regirock as well, but I feel relatively confident that these are the 6, or at least 4 of the 6 that he's bringing. You know, Charizard, Jolteon, Starmie, Buzzwole, and P2. I mean, they just really seem to be his best options here to kind of check the different things that I would bring. You know, but he does have some different options. You know, like I'm less scared of things like Weezing and Mr. Mime and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know if he's gonna bring him, but he might try to mix it up. I know last week he brought like Regirock, Mr. Mime. So you never know. He might try to just work with the matchup, like a Scarf Mr. Mime, maybe with Dazzling Gleam and Psychic. Could outspeed potential in theory, you know, Latias and Beedrill. So I don't know, you never know. So you never really know what's going on in your opponent's head, so you just kind of have to go with what you think is the best and try to cover all the options. But we're gonna see, see, that's what I meant, like a lot of different things. He doesn't bring Jolteon, which is an amazing situation for me. I'm very excited about that. We're gonna see the Regirock instead. Brings P2, not surprising. Doesn't bring Celebi, but brings Weezing. So I know his 100%, his hazard setter is the Regirock. So that leads me to believe he doesn't bring, oh, he does bring Starmie, okay. So we make some notes here. He's got Regirock. Glad I don't see the Jolteon, I'm gonna be honest. We got Weezing. Not too scared about Weezing at this point in time. So we got Starmie. Let's see here. Oh, Ambipom. I gotta put who did he? Oh, he didn't bring Charizard. He brought Ambipom. Wow. Okay, so a lot of things I was not expecting. Ambipom. Okay, so let me find Ambipom. Where is he? How much time do I have? I have time, but I'm trying to edit the layout here at the same time of doing everything else. So he brought a lot of stuff I did not expect. No Charizard. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but okay, so in terms of leads, I think he's probably gonna lead Ambipom or Regirock. Those seem very likely to me. Ambipom can fake out, Regirock can set up Stealth Rocks. I kind of like Siren as a potential lead, but if he's got like a Bullet Punch or something, that could be really annoying. Bell is decent, but it could allow him to set up his rocks. If he leads Regirock, I kind of like leading Siren here. I really feel like he's gonna lead, like Siren isn't as useful now that he didn't bring some of the other stuff. So I think I'm actually gonna lead Siren and just try to put the offensive pressure on him, because it doesn't really have the best switch-ins to it, aside from maybe like Weezing. So I think I'm gonna go with that, because I don't think it's as useful as I was kind of thinking, since he didn't bring some of the stuff I thought he was gonna bring. So let's go with that. I'm kind of interested to see what he leads with here. This is my best answer to Regirock. It's like a 50-50 whether he leads Ambipom or Regirock. Probably gonna lead Ambipom, which means I should have probably led Bronzong or Ditto, but yeah, Ditto probably was actually the best lead. I think that was a mistake. I probably should have led Ditto, but if he leads Regirock, I'm gonna look awesome, and he did lead Regirock, so that's the greatest situation there for me. And he doesn't really have a great Scald Switch in here, so we kind of predict that lead awesomely. I mean, his best Scald Switching is the Starmie, but realistically, like, he doesn't have the best options here to switch into Regirock. And like, Starmie can come in, but it's not gonna wanna take some serious Scald. So Scald one-shots, he probably has, excuse me, Sturdy, so we have to kind of keep that in mind. What does Starmie take from a Choice Spec Scald? Does like half the Starmie, so I'm just gonna go for the Scald. We don't have to over-predict here. Pretty safe option. He could go P2 if he wants to try to sponge the hit. but a burn would be really nice. He can't go wheezing. So, I mean, we have this is a really good situation for us. He might get his rocks up, but he trades rocks essentially for Regirock if that's the case. By getting his rocks up, because Scald will two-shot, and we should be faster. I have a little bit of speed on this thing, just in case he tried to speed creep me. If he's running a lot of speed, then that's fine too. But he could be sturdy. He most likely is sturdy Regirock. But he might have thought I was gonna like lead Beedrill or Bronzong or something. So, and we are running Heat-Proof Bronzong, which looks like it's gonna be useless in this match, which is fine, but it's all good. But yeah, nice little Scald here should put in some serious work. And again, like I mentioned, Starmie is not a switch-in. Starmie gets two-shot by Scald, unless he's like a bulky Starmie, so he has 0 switch-ins to Specs Primarina. And here we are, week 2, two weeks in a row. Specs Primarina, just, it puts on so much pressure, man, it really does. He's gonna go probably P2 here, or Starmie. He's gonna go Bubber, which is gonna be the Porygon 2, so that's gonna be his primary switch-in right now. He's got download, so that's interesting that we see the download. He gets an attack boost, no big deal there. We're gonna get a nice Scald off here, find out exactly how much it does. It does a little under, almost half actually. With the burn, we actually might be able to put some pressure on here by just going for another Scald. It forces him to recover, so I'm actually gonna Scald again and see what he wants to do. If he chooses to recover, that's fine. If he doesn't recover, then we knock him out. So I'm curious to see what his move option is. We're gonna force him into recovering here, which I'm cool with. We get big damage off there, bring him to red. He goes for the T-Ball. I know we can take that, and that means we actually knock this thing out unless we get paralyzed, which we don't, so that's awesome. So I mean, I can knock out this P2 right here. You see we take less than half from that. I'm just gonna make a note that he had T-Ball on his Porygon. But we just click Scald again. I mean, like I said, we put on a lot of offensive pressure against him. He could try to make a switch into Starmie here to take the Scald, but this P2 is very, very low. I think if I was him, I'd just sack it off at this point in time. I think he probably is going to have to. So nabbing that burn definitely makes a big deal, but since he went for the offensive, it really doesn't matter, and we definitely will be able to knock him out here. We are faster, obviously, so his options are let P2 go down or switch into something else. And again, getting rid of this Porygon is huge for my team because it's one of the big things that kind of stands in the way of some other Pokemon. So I think I'm gonna have to keep Primarina around though, depending on what he goes into, or if he just lets this thing go down. He just lets it go down, so I'm gonna keep Primarina around though, most likely. But let's make a note here. Primarina kills P2 with Scald. So we get rid of that thing right off the bat. Very nice. And honestly, that's huge because we just broke down his biggest wall, which again, I was gonna bring Diggers before, but that works out really well. So he's gonna go Kyle, which is the Ambipom. Ambipom most likely probably gonna try to run knockoff here, but this is an opportunity for me to just go right into my Bronzong. He may go for a fake out, but I'm gonna make the safe play here. He could also go for a knockoff or like a T-punch, but I think Bronzong's a really good play here, so I'm gonna go for Bronzong. If he goes for the knockoff, it's not a big deal. He's gonna go for the fake out, so I was expecting that. And now I'm kind of in a situation, he's gonna lose his leftover, or some health there, so we know he's Life Orb, so he's not Scarf, which is nice to know. He could very well go for a knockoff here, so we have to make a decision. Do I wanna take the knockoff with anything? I could make a prediction and go Tapu Koko, which I kind of like the aggressive play in a Tapu Koko here on the knockoff, because realistically, there's not much else he could do aside from go for a U-turn. So I'm gonna make an aggressive play into Tapu Koko, predicting a knockoff here. The alternative option is he just goes for a U-turn, which is really not a big deal because then I have my Tapu Koko in, and Tapu Koko is gonna be faster than everything else on his team. Unless he has like a random Scarf or somewhere, which is not the Ambipom, which we know obviously. So I'm expecting the knockoff, which I know I can take. He may just go for it though because of how big of a deal Bronzong is. Like Bronzong 100% walls Wheezing, and it also walls the Buzzwole. Well, not walls, but it can take on the Buzzwole. So that's why I'm gonna go to Tapu Koko, because Tapu Koko is not as useful in this match. It has its uses, but it's not as useful. And really, he has no switch-ins for Electric Terrain Thunderbolt. So if he does go for the knockoff here, we just get to click Thunderbolt on stuff, which is super cool. So I'm hoping I get this prediction right, because if I don't, that's going to be a tough situation for us. I wonder if that Regirock is AV. I doubt it, because he's probably his rocker, but we'll find out here. So he's taking his time on this turn, which is kind of surprising. I wonder if he's just debating between like U-turn knockoff. Honestly, I don't really care if he U-turns. If he U-turns, it lets me know what his offensive check is to Koko. which is nice, and I can make an appropriate switch. Like, he's just gonna hard switch. And what does he go into? He goes into Starboy, so he actually goes Starmie here. A little surprised to see that. So now I'm gonna find out if he Scarfs Starmie or not. And I'm gonna actually calc this really quick. Scarf Starmie does not one-shot Tapu Koko unless he Hydro Pumps and gets a high damage roll. So, like, if I calc it just real quick, Hydro Pump is a 25% chance to KO if he whatchamacallit? You know what I'm saying? If he Scarfs. So we can just Thunderbolt here all day. We don't even have to predict. If he's Scarfed, he's Scarfed. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna click Thunderbolt. And if, like I said, if he's Scarfed, he has to Hydro Pump, he has to hit, and it's a 25% chance to knock us out. So it's really in our favor. He could very well be Scarf Starmie. It wouldn't actually be a bad bring because it would outspeed Beedrill, it would outspeed Koko, and obviously outspeeds Latias no matter what. So, but he has to run Timid. So he very well could be Scarfed, but I'm a little surprised to see him go into Starboy there, his Starmie, on Bronzong. Potentially expecting like a Gyro Ball, but like Starmie doesn't really do much back to Bronzong, and Gyro Ball would pretty much hurt him. So I was a little surprised about that switch. I'm kind of thinking he's not Scarfed. It would make a lot of sense for him to be Scarfed, but again, now without P2, he has no switch-ins to Tapu Koko if he's not Scarfed. And if he is Scarfed, it's not a big deal because he'll have to lock himself into a water move. That gives me an opportunity to Prime Arena, and Prime Arena can just click Scald again, and he has no switch-ins. So we're in a pretty good spot. He's gonna just switch out here, so we know he's not Scarfed. He's gonna go into Golem, which is his Regirock. Is this thing Assault Vest? We'll find out here. I don't know how well this thing is gonna take 2 T-Bolts in Electric Terrain. We're gonna find out right now. That's a 2-hit KO, so that's pretty good for us. So we just get to click Thunderbolt again. I don't have to over-predict. I know he's not a Scarf Regirock. And then if he is, well, that's fine, because I wasn't predicting it. So I wasn't gonna expect a Scarf Regirock anyway. So yeah, T-Bolt, that looks like he's probably, yeah, I mean, that makes me think he's max HP, like max HP, max defense. And that looks about to, I mean, we did a lot of damage actually. He might not even be max HP based on how much that did. I'm assuming this is factoring Electric Terrain. So Tapu Koko should be able to pick up his first kill of the season here because he really doesn't have many options to switch in right now. And Tapu Koko is in really, really good control of this match with his speed stats. So, and once Regirock goes down, like Beedrill puts on a lot of pressure as well with Aerial Ace on Buzzwole. The one thing we have to just be really careful of is allowing that Buzzwole to set up on us. But I think the fact that I have a Scarf Latias, a Beedrill with Aerial Ace and Tapu Koko with the Brave Bird will be okay. So we'll see what he's gonna do here, but really we're in the driver's seat with this Tapu Koko. So our aggressive play against the Ambipom was definitely worth it. What he'll probably do is he probably lets this thing, he probably lets Regirock go down and then he goes Ambipom and fake outs, but I could just take the fake out and then Thunderbolt again. Like, we just can keep clicking Thunderbolt at this point until he shows me something that can beat it, which really nothing at this point in the match can. Like I said, the one big problem to our plan right now is that Starmie, if it's Scarf, but if it was Scarf Starmie, he definitely would not have switched out. So Tapu Koko is going to pick up the nice kill there against the Regirock with the T-Bolt, so that's really nice. Koko kills Regirock with T-Bolt, so that's really sweet. We get rid of the Regirock, and basically his defensive core is gone now. He still has the Wheezing, but with me having, a Latias with Psychic, which at this point, Latias' Psychic really puts in some work against him, and also having this T-Bolting Koko, he's going to go back into Ambipom. So assuming I have 2 turns of Electric Terrain, I'm actually going to stay in. Let me just double check how many Terrain turns we have. So we have 2 turns left, so I'm just going to take the Fake Out. Because realistically, like, me switching here, it just loses me momentum. So I really don't lose anything by just taking the Fake Out. So I'm just going to go for a T-Bolt here. If he wants to Fake Out, that's fine. And he does. No big deal. It does actually almost half to us. I don't think I expected it to do that much. But again, we're in a situation now where I could just click T-Bolt again. And it definitely one-shots this thing. And he really can't do anything to us. So he can choose to switch into, like, Wheezing or Buzzwole. But both of them will die on Revenge Kill. Because this Electric Terrain boosted T-Bolt is going to destroy something. So I feel like he has to actually save his Ambipom, which is kind of a bummer for him, if I'm being totally honest. Because, like, he needs it to Fake Out again, but we actually should live We're 74 out of 145. So we should, in theory, live another fake out. I'm gonna calc it just out of curiosity. Ambipom. Let's see here. Life Orb fake out does 48 to 59.3. So we're at 74 out of 145. So we're at 51. So actually, he's got a decent chance to one-shot or to knock us out with his next fake out. So I'll probably go bronze on the next time, because then all he can do is knock off, which isn't really a big deal. But we just stay in, man. Just keep the pressure up with T-bolts, and really, there's not a whole lot he can switch in here. So I'm really surprised ultimately about his team composition in this one, guys. I really was fearing things like Jolteon and stuff. I don't know why he didn't bring them. Does he go Buzzwole here? He's gonna go Nemesis, which is gonna be the Wheezing. This thing is gonna get absolutely blown back right now. It may live, but it's not living too. And it actually hangs on, activates his Black Sludge, but this thing is not living another hit. So again, we're kind of in a situation where he doesn't have a switch in now to another T-Bolt. So I'm just gonna fire off yet another T-Bolt, because I lose nothing by just clicking Thunderbolt right now. I lose nothing. And he basically has to let Wheezing go down, then go Ambipom and fake out again, at which point I just go Bronzong again. So Koko's gonna pick up the kill against the Wheezing, so Koko kills Wheezing with T-Bolt. Now we don't have our terrain anymore, but it's really not a big deal. So just so you guys know, differential in this league does matter. So I am gonna be actually attempting to you know, secure as best a good of a differential as I can. Like obviously this match right now, we're kind of in the driver's seat because of just the momentum we've gotten. We've broken down his entire defensive core. So here comes the Ambipom again. He 1,000,000% has to fake out or he loses his Ambipom. He could make a cheeky play and go for a knockoff, but I just don't think it's happening. So I'm gonna just make a really safe play into Bell here, which is our Bronzong. And at this point in time, I'm pretty sure he goes for the fake out. And he does. So he's gonna lose a little bit of health here. Now I'm pretty sure his switch in is gonna be the Starmie, if I had to make a guess. I would love to go for a Shadow Ball here, but it's just not worth the prediction. I could make that prediction back into Koko like I did last time, although it's a little risky because Koko is really important to beat the Starmie. So I think what I do is I think I just click Psychic here. And if he goes Starmie, it's really not a big deal. You know, I could easily go Latias. Let me just think about this. Like, if I went, like, Ambipom going for knockoff really doesn't do it. Like, the only thing he beats Koko with this time is a knockoff, and I don't think he returns here. What does Bronzong do to Ambipom at this point in the match? Let's take a look. Bronzong does like 45 with Psychic, so I could easily Psychic here. Or I can make that aggressive play back into Koko. I don't know if he's gonna predict it. I'm gonna make the aggressive play back into Koko though. I think the only issue is if he goes, if he decides to go Buzzwole, but I don't think he goes Buzzwole, fearing a Psychic here. That would be a really poor play. I think he goes Starmie. I'm just gonna do it, man. I'm gonna make the play back into Koko. We'll see. He obviously doesn't switch this time. Does he go for the knockoff this time? He might go for the knockoff. That's what I was predicting last time. We'll see if he's gonna make the play for the knockoff or not, or whether he's gonna go for a return and predict my switch. He goes to the knockoff, so that was exactly what I was hoping for. We obviously have a Z Crystal, so it doesn't really do anything. And now we get to pressure him again by just clicking Thunderbolt. So I'm just gonna go for the T-Bolt here, and now something else dies, whether it's the Buzzwole, the Starmie, or the Ambipom, something dies. And I mean, he can keep doing this Ambipom thing all he wants, doesn't matter to me. But Koko picking up, Koko's out for blood right now. Blackhawk is making his debut for the Vikavolts. He's charged up. Vikavolts sent him that charge. We've got that battery. You can't see Vikavolt, but Charger Bug's sitting right next to this top of Koko and charging him up. And he's just gonna let this Ambipom go down. So Koko's gonna knock out the Ambipom, which is very nice. Koko kills Ambipom with T-Bolt. And Ambipom goes down. Now he pretty much has to go Buzzwole. I do have the Brave Bird, but I can't one-shot the Buzzwole. So I'm gonna have to, I think what I'm gonna do here, this is actually kind of cool. If I make this play right, it could actually be really awesome. He likely Poison Jabs. So I think I'm gonna U-turn into Bronzong and then switch into Ditto. Yeah, I'm just like thinking like, how many turns ahead could I think? We're gonna make some funky switches here because I want Koko to get 5 kills, dude. That's my plan right now. But I can't knock out the Buzzwole at the range it's at yet. I gotta get a little bit more chip damage. Gotta get a little bit more chip damage, but I'm gonna give these kills to Koko if I can. I want my opponents to look at my team and like seriously realize they gotta prep for Koko, because if my opponents do that, then it opens up the door for other Pokemon. So, and it looks like we're probably gonna go this whole match without even sending Beedrill out. I guess I can use Beedrill to get the last 2 kills if Koko goes down, if we make like a misprediction. But here comes the Buzzwole. I'm just gonna U-turn, man. If he scarfed Buzzwole, dude, just props to him. I really lose nothing. I have a Scarf Latias, so I know I can't be beat by a Scarf Buzzwole. So I'm just gonna go for the U-turn. The alternative play is I get the Tapunium Z just for the thumbnail, but I think I'm gonna go for U-turn here, just for the chip damage. If he Scarf Buzzwole, again, it's not a big deal. I have a Scarf Latias in the back. And he would probably lock himself, you know, into something here. So I got a Scarf Latias in the back. He's not Scarf, so we're gonna get a U-turn off here. I'm expecting a Poison Jab or something like that. We get a crit there, that doesn't really matter. But that puts him in closer to Brave Bird range. I'm gonna go Bell, I think. Or do I go Mystique? I could go Mystique and just find out what his moveset is. But I think going to Bell is probably the better play, because then I can Psychic. Although Bell, yeah, I'm gonna go to Bell. We'll go to Bell, because like I think he either Poison Jabs or Leech Slices here. If I had to guess. He's gonna go for the Earthquake, and he actually is gonna nail us, dude, because I am not Levitate. So that doesn't work out. It doesn't work out, because Bell is going, oh, Bell's living on 2 though. Okay, and he's Life Orb. Okay, so we find out he's Life Orb Buzzwole, and he's got EQ. So we living though, we living. Okay, so do I have a switch to this thing? He likely goes for the Leech Slave now. I'm gonna go Mystique, because I wanna see what moves he has. He's not gonna Earthquake again, because I could Latias. So he's likely gonna go for the Leech Life here if I had to guess. So I'm gonna go Mystique, because Mystique will 4 times resist the Leech Life, which is beautiful. And we'll force him to either, I don't think he's switching out, but I gotta get Ditto some action, man. We may never get to use Ditto. We'll probably never use Ditto. He's gonna Earthquake again, actually. A little surprised to see him go back-to-back Earthquake there in that situation. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that play, because I could have easily went Latias there. Like, you knocked me out with Leech Slave. But let's see what his moveset is. So he's got Earthquake, Hammer Arm, Poison Jab, Leech Slave. Okay. So his play against me is Poison Jab. That's his best way to hit me. My best way to hit him is just to Poison Jab him back. So I'm just going to Poison Jab him, because Poison Jab puts in the work against everything at this point. Like, my own Leech Slave is going to do nothing to him, but Poison Jab will put in some work. So I think I'm going to go for the Poison Jab. Like, Hammer Arm doesn't make a lot of sense. Earthquake really won't do much. Leech Slave is kind of pointless because he's going to resist. Let me see here. I'm just going to calculate Buzzwole versus Buzzwole real quick. Buzzwole versus Buzzwole. Yeah, Poison Jab is probably my best play. Let me just put Leech Life on this thing. I got plenty of time. We're in good shape. Yeah, Poison Jab does the most, and the potential to get a poison on him is pretty nice. So I'm just gonna go for the Poison Jab. We're faster than him because we're Scarfed. A poison would definitely kind of seal this. We get the poison, so that's gonna really help us out with the Life Orb damage. It's gonna really mess him up. He's gonna Poison Jab us too. His Poison Jab will do more to us because we have less HP. So it actually does a good amount. It looks like we didn't get poisoned. Sweet. He's gonna take poison damage again, and that actually puts him in a range where I believe we knock him out with one more hit here. So kind of what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna go into Bell, predicting the Poison Jab. Yeah, we're about to make plays right now. We're gonna go to Bell, predicting the Poison Jab, and then I'm gonna go back to Buzzwole, predicting the Earthquake, and then I'm gonna hit him with the Poison Jab and win the game. And then, or no, I'm gonna hit him with the Leech Life, and then I'm gonna hit the double Leech Life for Ditto get 2 kills. He's gonna switch out, making plays over here. All right, he went into Starmie then. I wasn't expecting that. So all I gotta do is get Koko in and click Thunderbolt, and I think this is over. Because Koko just wins with Thunderbolt. So that's what I play is, I don't really think I should over predict. I mean, I can go Honeydew here and start firing off Dragon Pulses and try to beat this thing with Dragon Pulses. He might have Ice Beam though, so we could lose Honeydew. Something's gonna go down like for me to win this, but really all I have to do is get Koko back in. So I think I'm just gonna let Bell go down. I don't really know if I can get a 6-0 here. Like, I kind of want to play for the 6-0 just for differential purposes. Yeah, maybe I should just go Honeydew and start Dragon Pulsing. Does Dragon Pulse 2-shot? Like if I catch him, because I'm sure I could take an Ice Beam. And again, differential does matter, guys. So like that's like later in the season, it could actually make a huge difference. So Ice Beam totally destroys us. I have Thunderbolt though, which could knock him out. Like I don't think knocks him out. But if he predicts, if he Scalds, I could potentially live a Scald and an Ice Beam. If he's not Life Orb and get 2 Thunderbolts off. I'm gonna go Honeydew because I think it's worth it. I think it's worth potentially getting the 6-0 just for differential. So let's see what he's gonna do. If he goes for the Scald and doesn't get the burn, we could probably live 2. He does go for the Scald. If he's not Life Orb, we can definitely live this plus Ice Beam. That looked like pretty decent. No burn. He got the burn. Okay, so that might mean that we die to Ice Beam, but I could just T-Bolt here anyway. So I'm just gonna T-Bolt. I probably live the Ice Beam. He's not Life Orb, so it's just a matter of will I live Ice Beam plus multiple turns of burn. Because I gotta live 2 burn turns, because I'm Scarfed, so I'm faster. I mean, it's no big deal, but unless he's Scarfed, and he just thought there was a chance that I was Scarfed earlier in the game, which is why he switched out his Starmie, or he realized that Scarfed Starmie doesn't beat Koko, so he would have lost his Starmie. I mean, there's a couple different scenarios there. But really, I just click T-Ball here. It's a 2-shot on the Starmie no matter what. And it should easily knock out the Buzzwole at this range. I'll double check the Buzzwole calc. Because Buzzwole's got really bad SPDF. Yeah, it should knock out the Buzzwole at the range he's at, 31 to 37, so plus poison. So Latias looking like it should be able to clean here. We'll see. If Latias goes down, then I just go Koko or Beedrill and win with them too, like whoever one I want. Probably Koko though, like I said. I mean, Koko getting 5 kills is cool with me. Put him in the MVP running. But his play right here is he either Ice Beams or he switches into Buzzwole. If he's Scarfed, then he's gonna switch. He goes so he's not Scarfed, we know that. This should do like 90%. It does. He's got the Ice Beam. He should not be able to knock us out with this. Unless he crit me. Oh yeah, we're good. Latias cleans here then. He's lefties. Okay, so he's leftover Starmie. So 2 T-Bolts here should be able to win the game for us. Because Burn only does 6% to us, so that's not going to be enough. That does 10 health each time. So I can just click T-Bolt a few times. So Latias actually is going to, if all goes well here, Latias should actually have 4 kills total this season, which is kind of cool. But he really has no plays here. Like, he has to go Buzzwole or whatever. So it looks like I might be able to preserve the 6-0. It depends on how bulky his Buzzwole is really what it comes down to. The calc I'm actually looking at is like a bulky SPDF Buzzwole, which he's not. He's like a Life Orb set. So Thunderbolt should knock out Buzzwole where he's at, and if not, he dies to poison anyway. So we should be in pretty good shape. So this is just kind of an unfortunate match for Chance. Like, I don't think he was, like, that lead matchup, we had a really good opportunity. And getting rid of his Porygon 2 was huge for us, because that was, like, one of the main things he had to kind of stop some of our big wall breakers and stuff. I don't think he necessarily played bad at all. You know, I think we just got, like, a really, really lot of momentum coming out of the gate. And, you know, that put us in a situation where we could, you know, kind of break down his walls early, like the Porygon and the Regirock. And I just don't really think he brought a lot of offensive pressure either. Like, he had the Life Orb Buzzwole, but, you know, you're and I mean this with all due respect, so Chance, if you're watching, man, like, don't take it the wrong way. And I do, like, I hate to be the guy who's playing for the 6-0, because I know it doesn't matter, but I also know it matters. As someone who has made the playoffs by 1 differential point in the past, I know it does matter. So I hope no one thinks I'm, like, trying to scumbag this dude. Let's see, Starmie with T-Bolt. You know, that's not my thoughts, but, you know, I just felt like you're taking on a team with some really, really fast Pokemon. I'm just surprised that he didn't have any, like, Scarfers or anything. This should knock out the Buzzwole, depending on his spread. It's going to be close. There's a chance he lives. If he lives, it's fine. I go to Koko, but I think it'll knock him out. And it does. So Latias picks up the final kill. So, with T-Bolt. So we actually had 5 T-Bolt kills this match between Latias and Koko, so that works out really cool. And we do pick up the 6-0 win over Chance. Again, like I said, guys, I mean no disrespect to this dude. I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm not trying to, you know, beat him to the ground. But in a league where the differential does matter, and like I said, I kid you not, my championship run in GBA Season 5, I only made the playoffs by 1 differential point. It was a tiebreaker, and I got the 1 differential point to put me in the playoffs. So, and I won the championship. So I know how important that is to get every differential point you can, and when I have an opportunity to potentially get a 6-0 in this case, it's worth it because it could really help out in the long term if things don't go well. There are some really, really good battlers in this league, so don't forget that. But I'm sure Chance will bounce around, guys, bounce back around. Definitely check out his channel, and I really appreciate you guys watching this match. Let me know your thoughts on the question of the day, guys. Again, unfortunately, Mystique no longer on the team. We're gonna pick up Beware instead. So if you got cool nicknames, let me know. Probably go with Shiny Beware because I like it. It's really cool. And if you have any merch ideas for the Vikavolts, let me know, guys. I'd be happy to hear them. So thank you for watching, guys. My name is Dan. Also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.